Good morning. In the readings today, in the first reading, we have the story of Saul and David. And Saul's problem was that he never really he never repented of his sin. He always blamed his problem on David. He probably thought, well, I could have my kingdom, I could be king, if only David didn't exist, if David wasn't around, and so that's what he was off to do. He's off to kill David and get rid of him. But David, we have the story of David, who's a just man, who goes and sort of goes into the tent and steals Saul's spear without killing him, and lets him go free. And then we have in the gospel the story of this idea of the people who, Christ is encouraging us to really change, to repent. And I think that's the difference of the gospel and the vision of the world is that God doesn't. He said many times in our life we can think, if only this other person would change, if only this situation was different, if only the world was a different place, if only it was better and it was according to my plan, then it'd be okay. But what I think God is encouraging us to do in these readings today is realizing, the first person, the only thing we can really have control over is ourselves, our own response. And to think, like if Saul would have just repented and said, yeah, I'm sorry for the mistakes I made, for the sins I did, and maybe God would have had mercy on him, and the Israelites would have had a different leader. Or when Christ is telling us in the gospel, he's saying, don't measure according to your own standards, measure according to God's. Don't go around changing other people, but rather look in your heart, what you can do to make a situation better. Don't judge another person, but just do good to them. And how freeing that is to realize, it's not about what I have to do to change the situation that I'm in, or the people that I'm around, but rather just looking in on our hearts and say, this is the way I need to be. This is what I need to do. And it's a lot more, freeing of knowing, we're not here to make everyone different, but rather to just be that light of Christ in the world. God bless you, and hope you have a wonderful day.